Somebody, time's up!
Hello everyone, I am here with Alborz, cosplayer and also a master craftsmanship guy.
Yes, I guess I'm.
Craftsmanship? Is that even a word?
I think it's craftsman.
Craftsman, whatever.
So. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, how are you?
I'm okay.
Doing good. How long have you started your whole cosplay and crafting props and stuff?
Well, I don't really consider myself a cosplayer. I'm more of a prop maker or craftsman.
Right.
Because I have cosplayed maybe 4 times or 5 times. The first one was in Trade Center, which was 2011, I believe.
2011, that's when you did the Nightmare Before Christmas?
It was one before that. Actually, not in Trade Center. That one was the second one. The first one was in Dubai Mall. In the ice rink area, they had some game event.
Okay.
And that's where I met Saud and Geeky and all in 2011.
That's also 2011.
When Saud had the Jack cosplay.
Okay, that's Game Fest. No, it's actually Games 11.
Something like that, yeah.
Games 11.
That's my first one. I was just Itachi, so just bought costumes.
Alright.
I didn't do anything. I just maybe had like a lens on. And then the second one was the same, the one you're saying, from Night Before Christmas. And then my third one was Asura from Soul Eater. And then my fourth one was Nightmare.
But you did Kingdom Hearts as well, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, that was Sora.
I wanted to, but
I thought you were part of
I wish I was, but no.
So your first time was 2011, but
Yeah.
But you did stop cosplaying for a while now.
Yeah, because cosplaying was never my thing, because the fun of the entire process was actually making the prop.
Right.
I never really enjoyed dressing up in it. Because it can be very challenging, it can be very difficult, because you go, people talk to you, people take pictures. Some people may like that, but it's very exhausting.
Really?
Yeah, because for example, if you want to go to a toilet, if you want to go eat, if you want to drink, a 5-minute distance takes you like half an hour to get there. And you can't exactly be rude to people, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Be like, no, I don't want you to take my picture, so...
Actually, a lot of cosplayers do cosplay because of that.
Exactly, that's why I guess it's not my thing.
You can, but you like to do your props though.
Exactly,
Like
that's what I prefer doing, yeah.
You switch from starting with making props from foam to wood now, or was it wood from the beginning?
No, it was foam from the beginning, but the thing with foam is it's easier to use and it's cheaper. But what I liked was I wanted something more challenging. What started me into wood was the fact that, for example, I would choose like a solid piece of wood and I would make something out of that one piece. For example, in foam, if you mess up, you can always cut that part out and glue it and fix it, blah blah. With wood, it's a really unforgiving material. If you mess up a single bit, the entire thing is gone.
You have to start over.
Exactly, you know? Or maybe you hope people won't know it, but the thing is with me, I want like a perfect job, so it has to be very direct, you know? So like the entire thing, it will take maybe sometimes 50, 60 hours, and you have to be precise in every single minute of that 60 hours, you know? That's why I loved wood more than foam, because it was the challenging aspect of the making of it that I actually enjoyed, because I would look at the wood and be like, wow, I made something like this, you know? When foam, it's very easy to use, plus for example, you can actually find stuff online, you find here and there, just cut them out, stick. For cosplaying, it's really good, because it requires much less time, it's much easier to do.
And conventions actually accept.
Exactly, yeah. Conventions actually, you don't have to really like smuggle them in, you know? You know, so in that aspect, it's much better. Plus, you get like for armor and stuff, obviously you can't make out of wood, you know?
Yeah.
So plus, obviously, foam is always much better, but I prefer wood because, I don't know, I just have this love for wood. No sexual thought intended.
No! You do love your wood, don't you? So, what is the most challenging prop you ever made that took you time, or at least like made you
Well, it
feel
was
like it's really hard to
the
do?
Oblivion Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts.
Alright.
Because the thing is, it's extremely detailed. Like when you look at it up close, you can see how it's not like, for example, like just cut. it's like a cut and then a curve goes here, then another cut from here, and then another curve goes here. It's extremely detailed. And the thing is, as I said, like the cut that goes here and here, if you mess this up, you can't really make the wall that goes over here. So it had to be very detailed. That took me approximately 70 hours or 60 hours of work to finish. That's one thing I'm really proud of. Plus, for example, again, in these wood, you can't really Google how do I make this, because you just have to do it. So what you do is exactly. You just have to have the hand. So just me preparing for it, because it was all self-taught, obviously. So it took me a while to prepare for it, but then once I did, it took me a long time to actually finish, because I want to get a perfect job. And plus, if the keyblade, we'll show you later, it includes a chain in the middle.
Alright.
So it reached a point where I was like, okay, so now how do I add this chain in there? Because it's very difficult to bend chain and put it back while keeping the form. And again, how can you stick metal together without heating it and actually melting it together?
Yeah.
So it was very difficult to do that.
You do, like, even your day job acquires hand.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Your
and technician Emirates, yeah.
exactly.
So that's exactly why I went there. I love just, just using my hands for tools and everything.
Right.
Actually, even those helped me, for example, in the Zelda shield I made.
Okay.
So again, I used like bolts, nuts, washers, and many things where it was very easy for me to, I didn't even have to Google, easy, I just put it here, I just had the concept, because if I can do it on a plane, obviously I can do it on a piece of wood,
of course, yeah.
Since
you actually do your props from wood, do you think that it's a good idea that the convention management actually ban wood? Because you think like people might actually abuse getting wood weapons, or do you think it's unfair and people should be allowed to get wooden props there? Like, honest opinion.
Well, the thing is, it's a very, it's not really black and white at the same time, but at the same time it's very confusing, because they say, oh, you can't have wooden weapons, but when you go in the convention, people are selling metal swords.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So either they should completely ban the entire thing, or let people bring their own stuff as well. But the only thing they should note is, for example, is the wooden weapon they have, is it sharp on the edges? Because you can't sand it to be very sharp or to have a pointy edge. As long as people round that off and I think it can be safe, because at the same time I can get a PVC pipe and hit people with that as well, Doesn't have to necessarily be wood, so it's really confusing where they don't allow people to do that, but at the same time
they're selling it inside.
And the weird part is, if you buy something from inside, you leave and you want to go back in, they'll be like, no, it's not allowed.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, what? It's very confusing.
Moving on, you have some props and stuff. Actually, you have your workshop.
Yes, yeah.
Next room, right?
Yeah, my sister used to live there, but then when she left...
She left or you kicked her out?
Maybe I kicked her out. So they wanted to use that as a storage. Okay. So while the room was empty, I took the time, I invested a lot of money, and I turned that into my own workshop.
That's good. Actually, why don't we just switch there and check?
Okay, we can go there.
A few moments later.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow. All the heavy metal and stuff, heavy tools, I mean, and the mess, of course.
And the mess.
And the mess.
The mess is the best part.
So, can you explain to us, for example, how you start your crafting a weapon?
Okay,
You start from scratch, right?
Well, yeah, always start from scratch. Well, the first and most important thing is how thick do you want the material to be. And based on that, I have different MDF over there. You have a lot behind the piece of wood. It starts from very thin to as thick as this thick. So depending on that, you choose. For example, if the weapon is small, the weapon is big, different layers, so you choose what kind of wood do you want. So once you do that, you draw it out, like surprisingly here we have one. I just draw it out and we start cutting it, and depending on the angle or how detailed it is, I decide if I want to go with a scroll saw or if I want to go with a jigsaw. I prefer using the scroll saw.
Why?
Because the blade is really thin. If you look, this is actually the blade of a scroll saw.
Yeah, the camera cannot even focus.
Exactly, It's like tiny, It's really small. So this is why I really like using this one. But the thing with this is approximately 21 inches. So if the material is bigger, like for example this one,
it won't fit.
I can't really work with it. So depending on what it is, I usually prefer this, but if I can't use this, or if it's like a straight long line, I usually go with the jigsaw. And again, with the jigsaw, there are many different blades, so depending on what kind of cut do you want, or what kind of angle do you want, or what kind of fineness do you want, you change the blade accordingly. Because you can't just use any blade or any speed or anything, you have to be precise. So usually I do like a rough work with the jigsaw or with the scrolls, so we should get a much finer work. And then I do the detailing with the Dremel, which isn't here right now, it's at my friend's house.
Fair enough. So, and from there it goes down to sanding and
yeah.
painting.
Well, the main progress or the main time, as you'll see in my weapons, is the actually detailing with Dremel. After that, it's mainly sanding and then just paint it off. And in that corner is where I keep all the sanding paper and everything. So even for the Dremel, it's all like this like sanding section. And it's like these are wood filler, these are all sandpaper, these are really good by the way to use. And I ordered like a bulk of eBay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And yeah, this is my sanding area. Here are my tools to help, because there is the craftsman ruler. This is really good because you can have it to make sure if, for example, a piece you have is actually straight. You can actually measure if it's perfectly straight. Like see, this is not 100% straight. So if I was actually working on this, I'll have to sand this section off, you know? But again. And
it's actually good that we have a full room for this.
exactly, yeah.
Like my last video, I was interviewing Omar, and I know that guy literally walks in a balcony.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
2 meters by 2 meters
yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that he doesn't really need that much tools like you do, because he works with foam.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So can you show us one of your finished? Actually, not one. You promised to show us the shield from Zelda.
Yeah, sure. We'll show that next. Okay.
Okay.
It's all in my room.
Back to your room now.
So
showcase your finished work.
Okay. So we'll start off with my first project that I made from wood.
Alright.
And it was the Kingdom Hearts Keyblade. I don't really like it that much because I was just experimenting. Because for example, you can see this, it's not perfectly sanded. The dremeling is not 100%, the curve is not perfect. You know,
your OCD is kicking in.
Exactly.
It looks okay to me.
No, from far it looks amazing. But the thing is, since it's your work, you know the mistakes you've done. Like for example, I didn't know you can't sand paint after it's painted.
You didn't know?
I didn't know. That's the stupid thing I did. You know, so once I painted, I was like, oh, I'll just sand it after. I was like, oh no. You can, but it takes a very long time. You can, but the thing is, the paint will come off, and you have to sand it, repaint again. That's the thing. So I was like, this is good, because it was just a very, like, I was just experimenting basically to see what to do, how to do.
You learn from your mistakes.
Exactly, because this was like the first thing I made. It's okay, but again, for a first job, it was very good. But of course, I'm gonna remake this, but it's gonna be a much.
It's heavy,
better.
not that heavy, but then.
Yeah, because it's wood. Then. The second one I made, which is my favorite up to this date, is the Oblivion Keyblade. And this is the one I was telling you about how detailed it actually is if you actually look at it. Like it's like curved in, it's curving out from here, again it's curving back in, and then there's like another, it's extremely detailed, you know? And that's like the entire thing, you know? Even this thing was impossible to put it inside.
Oh, it's a chain inside.
Yeah, it's an actual chain.
That's amazing.
Like this took a very long time to do, and this is my proudest work.
I will try to take like a proper video going up and down later on.
And actually, if you shine light on it, it actually glitters a bit.
I can see it's glittering already.
I used a special type of paint that does that.
Wow, that's really amazing work, man.
This is my proudest work up to this date.
And this chain, wow.
It's an actual chain, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
It was very difficult to do. And the only way I did it was I actually cut out a piece from here and I put it around the chain and I stuck it back to the wood.
Oh!
That was the only way I managed to do that.
And you cannot tell?
No, you can't tell, no.
You cannot really tell, that's
you can't
amazing.
Because once you cover it up, you add like the wood filler, you sand it and it just comes.
It looks like it's one piece.
Yeah. That's the only way I thought of, because you can't really fix it.
All the details, just wood. What, is this like one whole piece of wood?
Not
parts?
No. But this is an extra part, but I'll tell you. This section and just this small thing is an extra wood, but the entire thing is just from one piece of wood.
Wow. Wow. So all these details and you didn't mess up even
Exactly, yeah, that's the
once.
thing.
First try?
Yeah, that's the thing. But the thing is, I can't really say first try, because before I started, I was picturing how every section is, and I was practicing on sample widths.
Okay.
So,
you're
like
doing
maybe,
every...
yeah, exactly. Every section I practiced, like maybe it took me like 3 to 4 weeks. I was just practicing.
But still, once you started
yeah,
the whole thing,
that's
it was one go.
Yeah, one go, yeah. This took me approximately 40 to 50 hours of cutting, detailing, and then roughly 10 to 15 hours of sanding and painting.
When you say 40 hours, how many days, no, how many hours per day do you have the chance to work actually?
When I was doing this, I was actually still studying, so I would work the complete weekend. Like I would come home 2 p.m., work until 1 a.m., wake up the next day, start like 12, 1 p.m., work until 12, 10 hours per day, you know, approximately 9-10 hours per day.
So basically it took you like around 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks. Because I was really excited to finish it off, so I was really motivated.
Oh wow, I didn't notice this actually moves. That's amazing. So, what is your next?
Next one, we'll keep it with the keyblades. It's the...
We have a pattern here.
Exactly. It's the Oathkeeper keyblade. And I really like the detailing of the feather. But I really like this keyblade. It's very like a simple keyblade. And either ways, these are my favorite keyblades in the game.
I've seen this before you color it, I remember.
Oh yeah, it was from wood, yeah. That's the thing. In the game, for people who don't know, the character holds like the dual wields these two weapons, so...
Oh, so this and this.
Yeah.
So it's like a devil and an angel kind of thing.
Not really, no.
It does look like a devil wings.
In a way, yeah, it's like dark and light, yeah, but it's not really.
Yeah.
And this is something I'm probably gonna cosplay in Comic-Con. If I get the motivation to do that, because everything is ready.
At least this one's light.
Yeah, because it's very empty.
Yeah, empty.
But the one thing about cosplaying, I'm also worried about this actually breaking.
Why?
Because this took me maybe 30-40 hours, so...
Swinging it hard might...
No, not swinging, I'm worried. Imagine like someone walks into it.
How are you planning to hold your weapons, man?
Well, I'll be holding it down, so imagine someone who walks into it at any point. It's just, I'm very paranoid.
I can tell, I can tell. So, next one?
Next
and
one.
How long did this take you before we actually move to the
Maybe
next
40 hours. 30-40 hours, 40 let's say, yeah.
one? With painting and everything?
Yeah.
Alright, that's
Because this one is not really that detailed, like you see the top, it's very simple.
Yeah, you say simple, I'm not gonna tell how well you do that.
And it's the Link's shield, it's the one I made. I actually like this one of my friends actually painted this, even the Oathkeeper by the way, the one we just saw. One of my friends painted that as well. So yeah, the funny part about it is actually I used a belt. It's actually what I used to work in. When I used to study, I used to wear this belt. I was like, I don't study anymore, I can use the belt. But yeah, but the thing is, since it's 3 layers of wood and I used MDF, so that's a bit heavy.
Holy freaking hell. It is heavy, but it's heavy, but then with the belt if you fix it...
Yeah, if you fix it, that's the thing,
it will be really good.
But I think it's not really for cosplaying, I don't think, because it can be exhausting holding this for like a long hours, you know? That's why. And the problem with this one is this is actually commissioned to one of my friends. And my friend had asked for a stand. So I was like, okay, that's fair enough. Once I was almost done, my friend was like, I actually want to use it. So I had to install a handle. So at this point I was thinking, how do I install a handle when it's almost done?
Okay.
So what I did was I actually drilled, the bolt is actually coming from the front side. But I actually dremeled it, so it's lower than the face of the wood, exactly. So then I tightened from the back, I put a nut, I put a washer from the front, and then I filled the hole with the wood filler and I just sanded it off. So now it doesn't even show it there. Exactly, yeah.
That's really good.
It's actually here, like, it's exactly here, you know?
I didn't know that wood filler will actually be as good as like it looks.
Exactly, you can't tell, at all you can't tell. You can't tell the difference between...
This is how the handle is made from the back. So with the belt and the metal piece and how he rolled it, and it doesn't really show at all from this side, which is like really amazing job, man. This is really good.
Thank you.
It is heavy though.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
Well,
at least it can block off.
Yeah, let me
damages.
This is like plus 20 defense.
Exactly. And you need like a high strength to hold the Dark Souls. And there's something small I made. It's the cube from Super Mario.
This is actually nice. This is like a nice display. Actually.
Yeah, that's what the thing was. And this is something I started doing, but then again I got bored, because the thing with me is once I do the challenging part, I leave, because all that's left is I just need to sand, paint, and that's the TNT box from Crash.
Crash, yeah.
But then I was like, you know,
why?
because the problem with me is I love working with wood because it's very challenging. But sometimes once it reaches a point where it's no longer challenging, I get really bored.
Actually, a lot of people do, like, get bored after they finish the challenging part, and they're like, okay, whatever is left is easy part.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
like, it's not
I'm not really
anymore.
interested, yeah.
But you should finish your work though.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
Even this one is there. My Axel weapon is the Charcom from Axel, the Kingdom Hearts.
You have the older one displayed on top, right?
Yeah, that's horrible. Don't show it.
You have another keyblade there.
Yeah, even that was horrible. Don't show it.
Yeah,
I actually made both of them in like an hour. In Sharjah, back in that day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
So yeah. So that's basically it. I have a couple more, but they're not even halfway done. I'm actually making the fusion swords from Cloud.
Fusion sword. Ah.
Yeah, the one where it actually connects in layers.
Alright. Are you planning to make it
Detachable? No.
okay.
Because that thing's very difficult.
Blah, blah,
Yeah, because it's very difficult to do it with.
Well, of course, it will be difficult.
The stands for the keyblades actually made at the wall mounts.
Alright. Actually, I will.
Yeah, you can show it once it's actually on there.
Yeah, I will.
Because I actually wanted to put it on display, and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And I actually got motivated by some guy on Etsy. He was selling similar, but it wasn't really the way I wanted it, because it wasn't really how it's supposed to be. So I was like, I can just make it myself, and that's roughly like an hour work.
And by the way, since we are on video and people will be seeing this, you do take commission work if people are commissioning you to do something.
Depends. If it's interesting and challenging, yes, that's one thing I'd have.
They're paying for it anyway. Why would you care?
Well, I actually wanted to start a shop and sell the things I want to sell, but me and my partner had, let's say, some issues. So I actually need someone who's a graphic designer / painter or a 3D modeler, because I actually wanted to introduce 3D modeling, like 3D paint, 3D printing, into my work. Because I reached a point where, like, in wood, I can't really get better than this, because I reached my maximum potential. Because what else can I make with all of these details? You know, like, I need something else. So I was like, oh, I could have wood with 3D printing, which can make it much better. You know, where I can increase my potentials, you know?
It will look much better.
Exactly, so that's the thing. So at the moment, if I find someone who can do 3D modeling, then...
Actually, I hear, so if you are interested, let me know.
Yeah, we can start up a shop.
So, okay, I think I will wrap this with you, but then I will still showcase your stuff.
Okay, sure.
Thanks for having me in your house again.
I was glad.
And yeah, see you again soon.
See you.
I gave you the key when the door wasn't open. Just admit it. See, I gave you faith and your doubts and a hope, and can't deny it. Now I'm all alone and my joys turn them open. Tell me, where are you now that I need you? Where are you now? Where are you now that I need you? Couldn't find you anywhere.
Hey, listen!
Do it! Just do it!